In Evansville, dozens of animals were rescued from a home, but those who did it say the cats later had to be euthanized due to their condition. Isaac Calvert spoke with local animal welfare advocates who are called to assist with what they call a hoarding situation.
Well, Rob, officials with the Vanderburg Humane Society tell me that the last few weeks have not been easy at all, as this is a hoarding situation unlike any that they've seen before. Now, volunteers were faced with one of the toughest decisions an animal welfare worker has to make, but officials tell me it could have all been avoided had the proper authorities been notified sooner.
We wanted to bring it to light, and we wanted to show people, because we want the community to understand that these are things that are happening in our community, and if they know of a situation like this, we want them to get involved.
Just 3 weeks ago, volunteers with the Vanderburg Humane Society were called to assist with an animal welfare check. When they arrived, it was a much more grim situation than they could have ever imagined.
They had no food, they had no access to water. So it was a pretty dire situation. When you look at the photos, you can just barely get a glimpse of the conditions of this home, the level of fecal matter, the filth, just the stuff that's in there. It's quite overwhelming. 33
cats were found inside an unsafe and unsanitary home in Evansville. 6 of them were found dead. 27 were removed from the home after their caregiver had passed away. Unfortunately, due to those cats' conditions, VHS officials decided they needed to be euthanized.
They were in end stage of disease. They were not handleable, and the most humane thing we could do was to give them a humane death.
Officials say the cat's caregiver died inside the home, leaving the cats unattended for days. This left dozens of cats with no choice but to fend for themselves.
It's very hard to get adults to not make their own choices, but if there's an animal involved or even a child involved, they're not the ones making that choice. And so intervention should happen.
CEO of the Vanderburg Humane Society, Kendall Paul, emphasized the importance of speaking up if you see someone struggling, especially when there's an animal involved.
It is very heartbreaking because you know that was not their choice. And so that's why we want people to step up and get involved. If they know a situation is out there, please make sure that you're letting authorities know so that maybe we can get there and assist when there's a chance.
Now, Paul said hoarding situations like these certainly stick with volunteers and workers at the Vanderburg Humane Society. So if you know someone who is struggling, especially if they have pets or children, they ask that you reach out to the proper authorities to receive guidance.